Here we go. Good Monday morning. How are we doing? Here we are. Let's look at the calendar. October the 5th. Got to switch the calendar over to October. So long. September. Here we go. Pulling things up on the old iPod. That way we can see what we got going on in the chat. How's everybody doing? It is Monday. It is another week, a new month. We're going to be doing new things, and that's what we like to do. Here we go. I can see myself. Can you see you? I can see me. So here we are at the bench. Another cup of coffee, another round of coffee. Yeah, we are off to a new start of a new month. And I guess the question that plagues me this month is what's going to be coming here at the end of the month. And as you know, that is, of course, Halloween. I love some Halloween like the best of everybody else. I guess the real question is, what about trick or treat? Do we do trick or treat? Do we not do trick or treat? Do we? I don't know. It's tough. I see the memes on the social internets. You know, comparing people going through drive-throughs. You know, if adults can go through drive-throughs, then kids should be able to, trick or treat. And how many drive-throughs do you hit in one day? Let alone back to back to back to back, unless you're some Uber Eats driver or something. I don't know. We got our Halloween decorations out. I like setting up some lights and stuff. Get the old pumpkins out. I saw somebody carve their pumpkin already, and it looked like some sort of dry fly. It was pretty cool looking. So I don't know. Maybe I'll do a fly for a pumpkin. Maybe I'll do a big old woolly bugger. I don't know. You see this light flickering? That is actually 93 million miles away. That's called the sun. Holy smokes! Even here in Minnesota, we get a little bit of sunshine. Kind of chilly this morning, but it is what it is. Let's see here. Good morning, Steve, and good morning, Wade. Top of the morning to you. We're going to be tying some flies here in just a minute. Got to get a couple slurps of coffee, and this is actually we're about to hear on cup number 2, thereabouts. Things got a little critical low on the coffee stash, so I had to go out and buy. When I go out and buy coffee, I buy everything in bulk. I'm a buy in bulk kind of guy. I like having spares of everything. What do you guys think? It's just like on my bench here. It's like, I don't know. There's a lot of things that if I only had one of, or I was down to my last little bit of, I would probably be in bona fide panic mode. I remember when I first started tying. I got the beginner's kit. It was the books way over there. But it is it was the Wapsi, 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 little fly tyers beginner kit. And it's like I had the materials, and you go through the book and you go through all your hooks, and they just give you a minimal supply of hooks, and that can be said probably for all material kits or kits in general. And I'm super excited. I'm showing things off, and I'm showing the guys that have become my best friends and mentors in the fly fishing world. It's like, wow, Aaron, if I had that many hooks, if I had 7 hooks, I would probably have a heart attack. And now I'm to the point. It's like if I had 1,000 hooks, if I was down to 1,000 hooks, I'd probably have a heart attack. I got hooks, shapes, and sizes you don't even know what to say. But anyways, let's go ahead and slide over to the bench and tie some flies this morning. We'll switch that camera over to there, and there she is. The almighty Regal. I will say, there's no such thing as a bad vise, but my fascination with this vise is just the ability to tie big flies, and then the ability to tie small flies with no thought. No thought in between. I can go from 2 to 20, and the squeeze is the same. So anyways, here we go. We're going to probably have to zoom in a little, huh? Let's see about that. Let's zoom in. Camera 1, can I get you to zoom in a little bit? Let's see if we can't go to right about there. Alright, and pan up. Camera 1, there we go. It's one of those things. I'm kind of particular about trying to have everything nice and close and in the shot. Alright, good job, Camera 1. If you guys didn't catch already, I am Camera 1. Anyways, this is a Moonlit ML055. It's a dry fly hook, size 12. Good stuff. I saw a pattern, and I'm going to try to remember it. That's the thing, is I see things and then I immediately forget where I saw it, but I believe it's like a irresistible or something like that. Anyway, let's go ahead and start our thread. Size 12 hook, and I'm using a Danville 70 denier. It's a 6/0 waxed Fly Masters. Alright, let's get a little thread base. There we go. Alright, I need to set my iPod up and away, plug it into the charger so I can still see the chat going on. There we go. Alright, here we go. We have some bear hair. What's the bear doing? We're going to pull out some bear. How do I know it's bear? Because it's labeled bear. And this is going to be our tail. We're just going to take a small little tuft. Maybe about, I don't know, about that much. Maybe a little bit less. Let's go ahead and trim that off. And I'm going to, just like we do with all other hair, all other fur, clean out the under fur. And I need to find a hair stacker, because we're going to see about stacking those tips up a little bit. Looks like about the right size. So instead of just coming in straight and jamming it all in, I like this little spiral, kind of twist it, helicopter, tornado it in, get it in there. We'll give it just a light wrap, few taps. See if we can't one of those tips up a little bit. Alright, let's go 1 hook's length, thereabouts. Looks like we got a few that didn't quite take, but we'll get those up and out. We'll just wrap that in. Alright, I'm going to go underneath and give it a wrap or two. That'll help kind of prop up that tail a little bit. Get up under there. Excellent. Looking good. All right. Now we're going to do a spun deer hair body. And let's just take a little batch. This is just some black, kind of primo spinner deer hair. Deer body, deer belly hair, dyed in black. And we don't need much, because this isn't like it's a big bass fly or anything like that. This is, keep it small, keep it sparse. We're just going to do maybe 1 or 2 spins. In fact, you know what we could do? Is I'm going to do this as a loop. So let's just go ahead and get a pinch on that for now. Spread that out. Alright, let's set that off to the side, and we will do this as a dubbing loop. Start our loop. We'll park this out of the way. And we'll add a little touch of wax. Even though it's a waxed thread, we like adding wax to our dubbing loops. Alright. Let's address this real quick. Let's get our other clip and our razors. Alright, so I'm just going to give that a nice clean trim, like so. Grab another bite on that. And then we're going to trim this to length. Alright, so we got just a small little patch of deer hair there. Let's see if we can't get this in our loop without much trouble. Okay, first things I want to do is get some tension on it, pinching it closed. And I will do that by throwing in my whip finish tool. That takes the thread and it brings them just a little bit closer to each other. Let's give that a spin. Here we go, we're getting some good spinning. Alright. Let's see if we can't screw this up. We'll get that on there. And we'll start brushing these fibers back. I think, therefore I think I want to add just a little bit more. Maybe I wonder if we'll do another loop. We'll trim this one and secure this one off. And then we'll do another small loop. Well, the loop itself will be the same size, but the quantity of material we're going to put in won't be quite as much. But let's do that. Let's get ourselves another little clump of deer hair. So who's got big plans for the week? I don't think I really have much on the docket. I believe one of my only kind of real big things is I've got the yard hustle to hustle, keeping my lawns that I'm keeping track of, just making sure I keeping those all clean. I take care of my lawn and 2 others. Alright, that looks, go in just a little bit more. There we go. Alright, we'll give that our first kind of initial cut. Then we'll bite onto it over here. I'm going to go towards the corner. And then we'll give that another nice clean trim. Alright, tuck this little corner into our loop, or loop-de-loop. And we'll spin it. Got a lot of extra thread on there, but we'll keep it spinning. Right about there. Give it a couple of turns. I think that's going to be just right. I like that. Back our thread up, capture it. Trim that loop off. There we go. Good morning, Ben. Wade is getting a new stove delivered. Awesome. What's the first thing you're going to cook on it? Lunch? Hopefully it'll be lunch. Hopefully it's not a late delivery. Alright. So, there we go. There's that. And now we're going to trim that body, kind of taper it down towards the butt. And I believe we could probably just do that with the scissors. We'll just start trimming you down, kind of a cone shape. And what I'm going to do is just throw a half hitch in there. When you throw a half hitch in your work, it's almost like hitting the save button or pause. I need a couple more cups of coffee if I'm going to do this. Let's get that thread out of the way. that's looking pretty darn good. Getting close. Just a few more kind of whack-a-moles. Sometimes I gotta make sure, gotta double make sure that the camera is still, or the fly is still in the shot. Things get a little twisted and moved around here. Alright, so that's a little spun back end. My peeps, good morning. Good morning. Back in the day, back in my stagehand day, there was a very common knot we used to tie. I used to tie it a million times. I can tie it one-handed, behind my back, upside down, under duress, and that would be the clove hitch. And me and my buddies, we came up with kind of a hip-hop song called Clove Hitches Bitches. Alright, let's kind of get this measured out. I got this brown dry fly hackle. Let's see what size we come out here. That's about 12-ish. Let's grab one of these. Little rooster neck. Alright, let's find where this starts at our size 12. Right about, we'll go right about there. So then we'll actually just trim our feather right about there. Alright. Let's go ahead and high and tight. Doomp and a doomp. Little notch. That's what I like to do there. Go ahead and tie in our hackle. Park our thread right behind the eye. Synchronize your watches, ladies and gentlemen. It is hackle time. Let's see if we don't biff it. We're going to do a nice dense hackle. I'm thinking maybe we could have trimmed that. We can probably still take a minute and trim that body down just a little bit. But I kind of like that. I've never been the greatest at a dry fly hackle job, but we do what we can, right? Bada boom, bada bing. Let's get you back there. I think those guys are just going to end up getting the old trim. Whip finish. There we go. I do like that chunky look too. I agree. I concur. It would look nice as a little calf tail. Well, what do you think, ladies and gentlemen? I think we've got ourselves a fly. Let's see here. Alright, that's our first fly of the day. Let's see here if we can't zoom in a little bit. Just kind of get a little bit tighter of a view as to what we did there. Not too shabby. It's something different. Maybe let's do a little touch of white calf tail on the back end. Or maybe we could just add a little bit of calf tail for a wing. I don't know. I think we could easily go for another one. Let's see here. Yeah, let's do that. What do we think? Calf tail wing, perhaps. We could do a calf tail wing, and maybe a different hook. I wish I had a little bit longer of a dry fly hook. I think I might have to dig a little, but I think we might actually have ourselves a different hook. Those are... I don't know if these are streamer hooks or what. That's a size 8 Spro. Da, 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 da. Let's see here. It's definitely, that's not a... Those are all streamers. Streamers. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let's go with this. This is a nice... I think it's a 9671, 9672. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do it on this hook. Let's do it on an old school hook. Let's do it on a... This is a Mustad 9672. Size 12. Oh, wait a minute. It's a 3906. No, that's not a weed. Calf tail wing parachute style. Well, we're going to do it on this hook. A little bit longer shank. Does that look right? That looks like it's got a little bit of a bend to it. That looks like it's got a little funky bend. Let's get another one out. Oh yeah, that's not even the same hook. I don't even know what that's doing in the bin. Oh, I guess it is the same hook. But it does have a funky bend. Alright, let's set this one in my bad hook bin. Because that's got a funky bend. Alright, here we go. That one looks a lot better. Alright, so this is a 9672. I don't know. I have no idea if this would be considered a dry fly hook, but let's see here. It does say, alright, 3x long shank. So, alright, let's find our calf tail. Little kip tail, where are we at? Moose, muskrat, kip. We'll start with our thread. We'll get that started. We'll get the thread started. Alright, we'll get our kip out. I will say calf tail's got to be probably one of my least. Okay, it is a streamer hook. Thanks, Steve. Guess what? We're going to tie a dry fly on a streamer hook. It should float. I mean, we're just talking the lightest amount of weight difference. Alright, but there's our kip. Get some of these shorties out. And we'll run this through the old hair stackaroo. This stuff never stacks well. But we'll see. We'll see what we can make of it. Yeah, like I said, not much stacking. We'll have to just kind of hand stack. It'll be all right. Get that tail in. Get a couple nice tight wraps underneath there. Help keep that from wanting to go sad. I'll wrap that all the way forward. More wraps right about there. And the streamer bin. See how once I'm done with this fly, I'll zoom out and show you guys the little one of my original kind of hook corners, hook drawer situations. It's got a lot of my older hooks. I got a lot of these, a lot of herders hooks, which is a lot of fun. I love tying on these old herder hooks. All right, let's make our loop. I'll wax that up, and now we know we got a little bit longer of a shank of a hook, and we kind of got a better feel for what we're gonna want to do. We should. So what are we saying? 94, 831. Yeah, we'll go. We'll take a look-see-loo at some of our hook options. I like the older hooks. I just wish there was just a. I don't know. If I could entertain an idea into the market, if I could get one thing into the market, and that would just be a lot more barbless bass fly options. It just seems so few and far between. You really have to mash everything down. All right. Take our black deer here again. A little bit bigger of a chunk, but we're going to clean it out just the same. And the cleaner this is, the better it's going to spin. Alright, where did our little pinchers go? There's one. Where's the other one? It's like when you set something down and it immediately it just disappears. There it is. Alright, so let's just get a pinch on this. Maybe we can spread that out just a little bit more. Alright. Be gentle with it. Gotta be a gentle giant. I know we're really zoomed in here on the fly, but we'll try to get this in the shot too. We're losing a few here, we're losing a few there, that's alright. I'll trim you down. Alright, now we got our whiskers. Did we wax our line? I don't think we did. Actually, I do think we did. See a little tuff of wax on there. Alright, let's open this loop up and give it a try. Get our whip finish tool in there. And again, that really pinches the thread. Alright, let's spin it. If I mess around with it, I'm going to screw it up, kind of thing. Alright. Let's start and do the best we can. Looks like we got a little gap spot there, so we'll just take a couple extra wraps. And we're going to space this out. Not space out, but We're not going to cram everything super tight. And you know what? I think we're going to do just like we did last time. We're going to do another spin with another loop. And I think this will work. Brother Josh, good morning. And Jerry, how are you guys doing? Good of the morning. Happy October. October the 5th. Not quite May the 5th, or Revenge of the May the 5th be with you. It's October the 5th. Alright, we'll set that off to the side and we'll do our deer hair game again. Small little tough. Hey Josh, got a question for you. What do you think about if I got Gabe a fly rod for Christmas? What's the thoughts on that? You think he would dig it, or is he just not into fishing yet? I was thinking about getting him a 10 cara rod instead of a fly rod. That way it could fit into his backpack. And then if he's off on an adventure, he could pull it out and do some fishing. Clean that out. Brush that out. The cleaner your hair is, the better it'll spin. True fact. We don't need all of that, but we'll get it in there nonetheless. Give that a trim. Well, earlier, just a little bit ago, we had some actual sunlight beaming in from the outside. How cool was that? It doesn't happen often. Not on my bench. Not much natural light coming in here. Mostly, I guess kind of it's a good thing because I have the UV resins and such. And if you have a lot of natural sunlight happening on your bench with UV curing resins and such, you're going to have to be careful. Alright, we're pretty much done spinning there. Let's get our kind of bushy loop. We're just going to work you forward just a little bit, and you know what? I think that might be it. Bada boom, bada bang. All right. Let's see here. Let's see here. All right, I'm going to take a quick pause. I'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. 1 second. All right, I'm back. Let's see here. We'll get the... Nope, we need to go to this one. All right. All right, so now we're going to... Where were we? We were right here. Let's go ahead and throw a half hitch in here. Or two. Or just in case. And then we're going to do some trimming. And this time, just because I have it and just because I want to use it, I'm going to do a razor blade trim if I can find my razor blades. I've got my holder. I think I might be on to a fresh pack. A way while back I got on whatever and I bought, I think it was 1,000 pack of these. Oh, Derbies. Little extras. Derby Extra Super Stainless Double Edge. 5 blades per pack. And I got 1,000,000 of them. Well, not 1,000,000, but enough of them. I wonder if the last box or next to last box will remind me time to refill. The thing about these blades, and when you're using them on your bench, be super careful. They will make you bleed faster than anything else on your bench. More dangerous than the sharpest hooks you can find. There we go. And what's nice is, depending on how you tighten this, you can really get a good angle on that. But before we start going at it with the razor blade, let's hit it once with the brush and the comb. Just kind of even things out. A little puff and fluff. So this holiday season, or holiday seasons in the past, at your local mall, right? Or wherever you go and you see these big giant artificial Christmas trees. Well, those trees are packed up all year long, tucked away, and there's people that set those up, the decoration companies and whatnot. Well, I used to work for one of those decoration companies, and I've set up the Christmas trees. And when you're working on those Christmas trees, they're all packed away, and you pull them out, and to get them in their full glory, you have to fluff. Therefore, you are a tree fluffer. All right, let's see if we can't go just a little bit tighter. Here you go. Just trying to get a nice, consistent. Uh-oh, there goes some of that calf tail. Oh, we lost a good chunk of that. Oh no. That'll be alright. At first I was afraid. I was petrified. And there's no undo button on this. Alright, that's enough of that. Let's see where we're at. Go a little bit tighter in the back and underneath. So now we're down to doing this with the Caesars. Oh well, we took a sizable chunk of that tail off, but it'll be alright. Alright, let's see here. Alright, let's see here. Let's get our hackle. I'm going to go with that same brown hackle. A little rooster neck. We'll see if we can't find ourselves an appropriate feather. What I do there is let's see if I can get that on camera a little bit. I think this will do it. I think this will do it. Right about there's where the size 12 starts. And then it just kind of gets a little bit smaller from there on. So boom, and our little high and tight. I always rest my scissors on my finger and I move the feather. Boom and boom. Rest your scissors on your finger and move the feather. Alright. Let's tie this bad boy in. I like it. It is hackle time. So, I have recently, of all people, go figure, check this out for an interesting social media story. So there's I won't even call them out. We'll just call them a fly fishing video group, video tying and video group on Facebook. And I guess one too many times I've read the question, what book would you recommend for a beginner? And undoubtedly there's hundreds, not just one person, but hundreds of people reply with just go to YouTube. And I posted the question. I saw that one too many times, and it kind of bothered me. you know, you you say, I pose the question. I says, if somebody is going to ask for a bicycle recommendation, why would you suggest the bus? You wouldn't, right? If I'm looking, hey man, I'm looking for a bicycle. Hey, help me out. I need a bicycle. Nah, man, just ride the bus. It's a lot faster. Well, I'm looking for a bicycle though. And, it's like, well, some people's, style of learning is more visual or this or that. It's like, I get it. I am a YouTube creator. I teach. But, I'm not going to sit there and discourage books. How much sense would it make if somebody asks me for a book and I just say, screw that. Just go to my YouTube channel. Everything you need is on YouTube. Well, yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to describe how to whip finish things and certain techniques, and there's definite advantages of here we are here on YouTube. But to discourage somebody, to not even bother answering their question of what book would you recommend. And it's not even a specific response. Hey, go check out blah 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 on YouTube. These knuckleheads are just saying, go to YouTube. Well, why not just say, go to Google? Why don't you just Google it? I guess that's up there with like, what's the best vice? I mean, I don't know. It's these common questions you just get a bazillion million times. And I asked the question. I said, why would you do that? And I was accused of being all sorts of stuff. And next thing I know, my comment was deleted. And before I could even respond or anything or question the admins on it, I was ejected from the game. I was silenced. But I guess, whatever. It's just one of many fly fishing Facebook groups. So, you know what? I pared down. I slimmed down on a lot of them. And, the reality is I stopped posting a lot of my stuff on Facebook to begin with. It's just, I don't know. It's tough. It really bothers me when somebody is asking for a book suggestion and they recommend YouTube. It makes no sense. Well, maybe he didn't know to ask a YouTube recommendation. Who knows? What do you think? The Art of Fly Tying the Freshwater Angler at Walmart is what got me started 15 years ago, and I still got that reference book. Let's see here. Would that be... this one right here. I believe this is the book you're, let's see here. We'll go to the face. Go to the face camera. There we are. This book. The Art of Fly Tying by the Freshwater Angler. A great book. Absolutely great book. In fact, I have a tab in it. Let's see, what do we think my tab was on? We got one little tab at the bottom. Let's see where it takes us. It takes us to... the Catalog of Terrestrials. And I think I've got it right at the Henry's Fork Cricket. That's a fun one. Maybe we should tie that. Or a sod. Oh, yeah, I forgot. See, that's that's the thing about books is, it's like I can sit here and just flip through and just look at all these different techniques and this and that, and I don't know. There is a there's just so many books. There's so many references, magazines. I mean, I can pull out magazines in English and Japanese. It's I don't know. I think there's a lot to be said about YouTube. I think what we do here on YouTube is very good for learning. I think it's good for teaching and inspiring others. I don't know. There's where did it go? It's somewhere. I don't know where it went. Anyways, The Complete Book of Fly Tying by Eric Leisure. Which one? Let's see here. That would be this one. This is a great book. Absolutely great book. And there's actually something to be said about black and white. Wait, no way. Ah, here we go. Look what we just flipped to. Let's see here. Spinning deer hair. Hair-winged and deer-bodied flies. Shazam. So they just did a pinch method and we did a different method. So yeah. And the Fly Tyers Bible, that's up there. I tell you what, real quick, one of my favorite books. This was one of my favorites. And this is a fly tying reference book in from Norway. And what's unique about this book is it's actually laid out alphabetical. It's not laid out dry flies, wet flies. This is, to me, it's pretty unique that it's laid out alphabetical. And when I first got the book, I went through and here's my list actually. I tied alphabetically. I went apple green, bear nymph, cardinal, dancing caddis, E12, Fred, green butt, skunk, Hurl, Irwing, Jersey herd, crystal flash, Lee's fairy, Mickey Finn, needlefly, Oliver kite, professor, quick sight, red fox squirrel, shipman's true, usual, viva. I can't read my own handwriting. Something with the W, X caddis, yarn bug, and the zug bug. Yeah, I mean it's pretty cool. Pretty darn cool. All laid out alphabetically, and it's all in Norwegian. So when I want to, it's like I've kind of learned, some of the different I can recognize, the tag end, the hurl, the butt, the ribbing. Yeah, pretty cool. I think a lot of fun. But yeah, I don't know. YouTube is not a book. I don't think it's a good replacement for it either. I think if you look at serious YouTube fly tyers, I think if you were to dig into their workspace, you would find a lot of books. At least I have a lot of books. I can always turn to the books for inspiration and whatnot. you get on YouTube here on YouTube, and you just start, if you let it go on autoplay, right? YouTube is based off of algorithms and this and that. What it does is it shows you what it thinks what you want to see, but more specifically, it shows you what the advertisers are paying them to have you to see. So, with a book, nobody's controlling what you see other than that author. It's there. It's there for you to look and choose from. There's no advertisements unless you're looking through a magazine, but sometimes these older magazines can have some pretty interesting advertisements. American Angler, September October 1992. I've got a blue wing olive. How to tie. I like seeing some of these older advertisements. And guess what? Just because it worked in 1992 doesn't mean it's no longer valid. Oh, here we go. I just saw something. It looked like a fly tying caddy. Put something round. All right, Jerry, you have yourself a wonderful day. Thank you for tuning in. There we go. Okay, this is a Thompson vise, and it just has all sorts of attachments. But I don't know. A lot of good stuff in these older magazines. I'm looking forward to coronavirus letting up and the ability to get out to the libraries and the bookstores again. I haven't been to a bookstore in 6 months. And honestly, it's probably been 6 months too long. I'm always going to my local, really enjoy going to my local bookshop and looking for fly tying books. They come and go. They definitely come and go. So yeah, I kind of maybe one of these days I'll actually sit down and inventory my books. I've got fly tying books specifically for instructional manual how to tie books, and then I have a whole selection of how to fish, how to fly fish instructional books about the technique of fly fishing and nymphing and streamer fishing and bass fishing. And then just general insect reference books, some American Angler, books about trout, books about knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. I don't, that has never stopped being true. And if you have hard copy books, guess what? You have that knowledge. You might not have to reference it right away, and you might have to go old school and leave notes. And I mean, it's the way it's always been done. The internet is great. We love the internet. I love the internet. Obviously, here I am. You're all here. But I don't know. It's Monday morning. It's going to be a great day. It's going to be a great week. I'm glad y'all tuned in with me today. Hit that thumbs up button, like the video, share this video with your friends, and as always, hit that subscribe button. I always appreciate it. I love reading comments. I do read each and every one of the comments. Just don't be the spammer that tells me to go to some sexy woman's link, because I'm not going there. I just hit report and bye-bye. But I don't know. It's going to be a good week. I should try to get out if the wind dies down. It's been windy. I keep meaning to get out there and do some fishing. We're out at the Mississippi last Thursday. That was my wife's birthday. And we got to Crow Wing State Park, and that's right on the banks of the Mississippi. I could see the river from my campsite. It was cold. It was really cold. It was literally freezing. But the next morning we got up, took a little hike. We took the 10 car rods out with us, but It was just no action on the nothing small. The water's getting cold. The bass are starting to truck on out. I thought I saw a muskie or a pike or something hit something on the top, way off in the distance, but I don't know. Well, hope everybody has a great week. Be kind to everybody. I want everybody to just that's always our mission, to just be kind to everybody. And let's see here, beep bop a doop bop. There we go. We'll switch that over to there, and we'll do our outro, because we're gonna wind it down. Thank you all for watching. Like I said, I always appreciate it, and that's a heartfelt, sincere thank you for watching. I don't know how else I can make it more sincere and heartfelt, but thank you. Thank you all for watching. Please stay safe. Please stay healthy, everybody. I want everybody to have a good time out there. Happy tying. And you sure, you betcha. Tight lines. Peace.